What's up, guys? If this is your first time here, welcome. You might have heard of me. I'm the founder of Primior, an innovative real estate investment firm based in Southern California. We're not some giant company, but over the years, we've grown into managing over $2 billion in assets across a different range of real estate projects. What you might not know is that it's all started in a 50 square foot room in the back alley at Wuhan. I started the channel not to brag, but because I generally believe that regular people like you and me, can change their lives through action. So today, I just want to have a real talk with you. Tell you how I went from broke and lost to where I am now. And if you're out there building something, trying to invest, or just trying to figure out your next step, I hope my story gives you something to take with you. Growing up in Wuhan, my family squeezed in a 50 square foot room in Wuhan. We share bathrooms, we share kitchens, we have no personal space. When I was 3 years old, my parents sent me to live with my grandparents so they could work. I had no toys because I couldn't afford it, but I would spend my time, hours, in the bookstores. That's actually how I developed my love for reading and for finding ways to entertain myself without spending a dime. When I was in middle school, one day after school, a gang of older kids jumped on me, beat me up in front of everyone. I was humiliated. That moment flipped a switch. I started training in boxing, eventually made it into the professional team. Not because I wanted to hurt someone. I trained so hard not because I want to hurt someone, but because I never wanted to face that powerless moment again. When I was 15 years old, my dad borrowed money to send me to study in Bournemouth, England. I didn't speak any English back then. I couldn't even figure out how to call home for 3 days. When I finally did, I told my parents I was fine, and then cried my eyes out after hanging up. I lived in an English host family where I couldn't use the kitchen or the washing machine. I have only 5 minutes to take a shower. I have no friends. People are even throwing eggs at me when I was walking on the street. But I kept pushing, and that's why I learned, if the world doesn't adjust for you, you adjust for the world. I moved to Los Angeles at the age of 22, partnered with a local to start a construction company. 3 months in, he emptied the accounts and disappeared. But I was not panicking. I stayed calm. I filed police reports. I tracked every dollar, and eventually, I recovered most of the money. That was my intro to American business and a life lesson. Trust, but verify. I went solo after that, and I scaled up really fast. At the top, I have 30 telemarketers, 10 salespeople, 3 project managers. I have over 50 projects at the same time. But construction is a tough game. While trading time for money. That shift wasn't smooth. I made a lot of mistakes, burned a lot of times and money. But each project taught me something, from zoning laws to cost controls. Eventually, I got really good at it. Every project turned a profit. These days, our average project returns are over 20%. But I built that edge the hard way. In 2018, I worked with the Zhang man Philip Chen to propose California Chinese American Day. The bill passed in 2019 officially became a law. That's the first of its kind in US history. It's the first Chinese American Day. The first holiday ever belonged to Chinese American. Now we're pushing even harder to make it a national holiday. In 2019, I bought an investment bank. My friends would tell me, hey bro, you build houses. What do you know about banking? But I wanted to understand banking. I wanted to understand capital. I want to know how money flows, how great deals gets done. That acquisition ended up saving my ass in 2020. In 2020, when the pandemic hit the US, all my construction projects got stopped. I was checking my bank balance at 3 a.m., worried I would lose everything. I was checking my bank balance at 3 a.m., worried I would lose everything. But acquisition of an investment bank kept the cash coming in. It helped me survive, pay all the bills. Most of the tokens out there at the time were all junk. Most of them are meme coins, have no intrinsic values. So I built one that did have value. I built USP. It stands for United States Property. Is the token. It's backed by US real estate, fully compliant. I spent over $2 million on legal, tech, and structure. When tokenization of real-world assets (RWA) went mainstream in 2025, when the Congress passed the stablecoin bill and the Genius Act, I knew the time has come. So I launched Gaia. For investors, it allows a global investor to buy tokens that assemble their own portfolio of the real estate. It has a real-world intrinsic value. It's the platform I wish I had when I started. USP and Gaia has the same mission, to democratizing real estate investing, allow everyone in the world can buy real estate, become a professional landlord. I want to thank you for taking time to hear my story, and I hope you can take this as an inspiration to take actions within your life. I drop new stories here every week. Even if one idea helps you make a better investment, subscribing will pay for itself many times over. So hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time.